Most people believe their metabolism starts slowing down in their 30s, that once you hit a certain age, your body simply burns fewer calories, and weight gain becomes inevitable. But the largest metabolism study ever conducted discovered something surprising. A 2021 paper in the journal Science followed more than 6,000 people from 29 countries and found that after your early 20s, daily energy expenditure stays remarkably stable all the way until around age 60. In other words, for most adults, there isn't a big metabolism crash in your 30s or 40s the way many people assume. So if your metabolism isn't actually slowing down, why do so many people start gaining weight, feeling more tired, or noticing their body changing long before that? The answer lies in a series of subtle biological signals that your body sends long before metabolism truly declines, and most people completely miss them. Today, we're going to break down 7 early signs that your metabolism may be slowing down. Some of these signals are subtle, others are changes many people notice, but rarely connect to metabolism. Because metabolism isn't just how fast you burn calories. It's the entire system your body uses to convert food into energy. Your heart beating, your lungs breathing, your brain processing information. Even when you're resting, your body is constantly using energy to keep you alive. Scientists call the calories required for these basic functions your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. On top of that, your metabolism also fuels movement, digestion, and physical activity. Think of metabolism as your body's energy management system, determining how calories are used, stored, or burned. And when parts of that system begin to shift through changes in muscle, hormones, or daily movement, you may start noticing subtle signals that something is changing. Which brings us to the first sign. Feeling colder than usual might seem like a small change, but in some cases, it can reflect shifts in energy production. Because metabolism doesn't just produce energy, it also produces heat. When your body converts nutrients into fuel, part of that energy is released as heat. This is one reason the human body maintains a stable internal temperature around 37 degrees Celsius, or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Think of metabolism like a furnace inside the body. As fuel is burned, heat is produced. But if less fuel is burned, due to lower muscle mass or reduced calorie expenditure, less heat is generated. Muscle plays an important role here. Muscle tissue burns more energy at rest than fat. So when muscle gradually declines, the body may produce slightly less heat throughout the day. Researchers estimate adults can lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30 without strength training. Temperature changes aren't the only signal the body sends. Another early clue often appears in something many people experience daily is their energy levels. Many people notice sudden drops in energy during the middle of the day, that sluggish afternoon feeling. One reason this can happen is reduced metabolic flexibility, your body's ability to switch smoothly between fuel sources like carbohydrates and stored fat. When this system works well, energy levels stay relatively stable. But when fuel management becomes less efficient, the body may rely more heavily on quick sources of energy like glucose, leading to spikes and crashes. Muscle plays a key role here. After you eat carbohydrates, glucose enters the bloodstream, and muscle tissue helps store it for later use. In fact, skeletal muscle is one of the largest storage sites for glucose in the body. Think of muscle like a fuel tank for sugar. The larger the tank, the more fuel your body can store and release gradually. But when muscle mass declines, that storage capacity shrinks. And that can contribute to faster rises and drops in blood sugar levels, leading to those familiar midday energy crashes. But some of the most important metabolic signals show up somewhere even more visible. Your body composition. One of the biggest drivers of metabolism is muscle. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even while you're resting. The more muscle you carry, the more energy your body uses throughout the day. But muscle mass can gradually decline with age if it isn't actively maintained. Researchers estimate adults may lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30 without resistance training. Think of muscle as the engine that burns calories inside the body. A larger engine burns more fuel, even when idling. A smaller engine requires less energy to run. For most of human history, daily life involved constant movement, walking long distances, carrying food, lifting heavy objects. Those activities naturally maintained muscle mass. Modern lifestyles often remove much of that stimulus. Less movement leads to less muscle mass, and less muscle can quietly reduce how much energy the body burns each day. One of the first changes people often notice from this process is unexpected weight gain. Many people notice gradual weight gain, even though their diet hasn't changed much. It's easy to assume metabolism suddenly slowed down, but often the real change comes from something less obvious: daily movement. Scientists call this NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT includes all the small movements your body makes throughout the day: walking, standing, fidgeting, climbing stairs. Individually, these actions burn small amounts of energy, but over the course of a day, they add up. Research shows differences in NEAT can account for hundreds of calories burned per day between individuals. Think of metabolism like a daily energy budget. Every movement is a small expense. Standing instead of sitting, walking instead of driving, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. When those small movements gradually decrease, the total energy your body burns can quietly drop as well. And that can lead to gradual weight gain, even if eating habits stay similar. But another signal doctors often notice isn't just about weight. It's about where fat is stored. Sometimes the change isn't how much fat the body stores, but where it stores it. Many people notice more fat accumulating around the abdomen. This shift is influenced by hormones and body composition. As muscle mass declines, the body may become less efficient at managing glucose, which can affect insulin sensitivity. When insulin sensitivity decreases, the body may store more energy as fat, particularly around the abdomen. Hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol also influence fat distribution, especially during midlife. Think of fat storage like a warehouse system. Hormones act like managers deciding where energy gets stored and when it gets released. This system once helped humans survive periods of food scarcity. But in modern environments, with constant food availability, the same system can lead to gradual fat accumulation. And interestingly, some metabolic changes appear to occur during a specific biological transition in midlife. The real surprise from metabolic research is this. For most adults, metabolism doesn't suddenly crash in your 30s or 40s. Studies show metabolic rate stays relatively stable from about age 20 to 60, once body size and muscle mass are taken into account. So when people feel their metabolism slowing down, something else is usually happening. Muscle mass may be declining, daily movement may be decreasing, or the body may become less metabolically flexible. In other words, metabolism is often responding to changes in muscle, movement, and lifestyle. And that means many of the factors influencing metabolism are not fixed. When the inputs change, the system often responds. Research consistently points to three of the most important factors: muscle, movement, and recovery. Without strength training, adults can lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30. Resistance training helps maintain muscle and the energy your body burns each day. And while exercise matters, everyday movement matters too. Walking, standing, and simply moving throughout the day all contribute to how much energy your body uses. Nutrition and recovery play a role as well. Adequate protein and sleep help support muscle repair, hormonal balance, and overall energy regulation. Many people assume a slower metabolism is inevitable with age, but the human body is remarkably adaptable. Even small increases in muscle and daily movement can influence how much energy your body burns. Because this isn't just about metabolism. It's about understanding how the human body was designed to function. And once we understand those systems, it becomes much easier to support them. Have you noticed any of these early metabolic signs? And which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy learning the science behind how the human body works, make sure you're subscribed to The Wellness Method.